What's up? Welcome to the His House, DK His House to be exact. You've definitely made it to the right place, right on time, because we're here to spill this tea, gossip, all is allegedly. So please don't get in your feelings, because I don't know none of these people, so nothing's been confirmed or denied. But you know how we talk at the His House, we gather around some tea, coffee, drinks, whatever, eat snacks, and get right into it. And that's just what I plan to do today. Are you ready? I know I am. Alright, so let's get into Miss Nene Leakes. Officially, she's supposed to have a boo thing. You know, her husband passed away. RP to Greg. Um, because, you know, he was sick, but he was definitely with Nene for many years and they made a really nice couple. But she has since moved on because he was really sick towards the end of his life. And she met an African man who was supposed to be married, and allegedly she was on Trump Fired show. So y'all remember that people call him racist. She was on his show, a black woman, very much black. Okay, let's be clear. Okay, anyway, among others, let's be clear. But back to the show. Side note. Allegedly, the married man's wife is supposed to be suing Nene. Now, I was suspecting, and I keep coming from a person who has dated married men, was married to, sorry, they didn't come right, who dated Africans and who was married to an African. So, yeah, that's who's speaking. So I know a little something about the culture and the vibe, of the place. Okay. And it's some tea there for you, but we're going to talk about that another time. But anyway, so I didn't think her and her boyfriend, well, actually, I feel like it would last for a minute. It's like the Portia and her husband situation, about to get married. But I didn't know it was going to last like she really, really serious. Like, I didn't know the man was married, but most of them can be married and still talk to you in America. Like, that's not uncommon, baby. It's not uncommon, especially if they're not a citizen over here. Because my ex was not. And he was feeling with a woman before, and then find out towards the end of our divorce, he was saying that they were still in communication. So, you know, and then over there they have multiple relationship situations, okay? And I feel like they do anything for their family, okay? And that's commendable. And the women are submissive, very submissive. Like, they won't argue back with them, they won't say too much. They let the man do what they gonna do. They gonna do what they want to do regardless, but they really don't give their husbands lip like the African American women over here. And that's why these men, the African men, really don't respect, in my opinion, African American women, even though African American women are curious about them because they do have money, okay? It was nothing for my ex to pay, no people who pay cash on houses, cash on cars. And it won't be no cheap car. It was like over 50 G's. Like, they, you know, they locked in, right? So anyway, they know people, especially if they're over here. So anyway, I won't be surprised if this doesn't last. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. But I feel like Nene is a popular figure, and just kind of like how Portia was, like, I feel like if you're contributing something, you're giving something to the equation, they will date you or they will talk to you, even though they may have somebody else or a wife or a family behind the scenes. As long as you can get them clout, as long as you can get them status, and the wife and the family, they won't say nothing to you. Like, they'll deal with you, you know? But to me, Nene is not the type that an African would put up with because of her mouth. Now, they'll use you, abuse you, they'll probably have sex with you, but they're not going to take you seriously. They're not going to really like you like that because they don't like being put in their place, especially by no female. And I admit, when I was dating my African husband, it was times I would try to check him, okay? Because He tried to check me, and with them, you really can't do that because they're women. Don't do that. So that's why they will always prefer an African woman over African American female, even though I said they will date them. Allegedly, this is all alleged, in my opinion, for prestige. Okay. And they may not even ever divorce them, but they gonna have other stuff going on in the background, allegedly. Okay. Let's keep that in mind. So when dating them, you just gotta be careful. That's all. And they're gonna always stay busy. Just know that. But what they busy doing, you may never know. That's all I'm gonna say. But would I say that to say this is, I feel like Nene needs to get out while she can. And I know she's probably attracted to him because my ex was pretty attractive, and every African I dealt with, they were pretty attractive. Those are the ones you really gotta watch out for. But I feel like Nene's attracted to this man, and she wants it to work because, like, I feel like for some reason she kind of tolerated Greg, but like he was just because he was there for her, even when she was down, he helped raise her up or whatever into the woman she is, and he spoiled her rotten. But I feel like she wanted a young, sexy thing, and I feel like she found this in this African man. But little does she know that she may want to find somebody else to play with, because you don't play with them. Not only are they tied into some of them into occult practices very deeply, especially the ones that's over here, but I'm just saying a lot of them, not necessarily all of them, and they'll go to church and everything, but they everything they do is usually calculated and articulate, okay, and it's for a reason. And I wouldn't be surprised if he had something to do with his wife suing Nene. But leave it up to him. He would never admit to it. He would never say nothing about it. They could be extorting her together, but he'll probably act like he's innocent. And they probably got something going on behind the scene. They just allegedly, and that's just my tea. And not saying they do, but pretty much they probably do. So while she out here falling in love, while she out here helping this man in his career grow further, she getting played. Allegedly. So I don't know. She's free to date whoever she wants to date. And he is too, even though I don't think he's gotten a full divorce yet. But why get sued by a man that's playing you, allegedly? Okay? I'd rather leave and not get sued. And if he married, leave the man alone. Because obviously he ain't going to leave his wife. Because obviously she done found out about the woman. And Africans, they're not going to leave the women that know how to cook their Nigerian food, because that's really all they eat. They even know how to cook. My ex rarely ate American food that I cooked. He would usually cook. And allegedly, some occult things were done to keep us together. That's all I'm going to say. So even with this being said, like, you see her all into him, I'm sure things been done to keep her invested in him too, on a spiritual aspect, if that makes sense. Just kind of like with Portia, I believe some of that's done with him, but it may not have been the case. But I wouldn't be surprised. But like I said, they're heavy into that over there. My ex, and several other people filled with that stuff. But they still went to church, everything. And all of them fed me. And every African that fed me, they had stuff in the food. That's all I'm going to say. And you got to watch what you eat. That's all I'm going to say. And when I say stuff, you know what they say. You can't eat everybody's food, if that makes sense. But I just hope that she's okay. Because part of this could be her karma for the Greg situation. I'm not sure. But she really needs to be careful and know what she getting into. But right now I think she's having fun. But to me, I feel like she's getting played. But that's just my opinion. It's one thing to date. It's one thing to have a relationship with. It's one thing to be friends with. But when you are trying to talk to a married Niger man or African man, believe me, they not leaving their wife. At least not permanently. And if the wife knows about you and you're a public figure, and she's saying she want to sue you, I wouldn't be surprised if everybody in your circle, what they do, you get infiltrated from your circle to everybody you know, and they'll still be in your business even after it's done, okay? Because I'm still dealing with some stuff now, okay? Mine didn't want to let me go, you know? But the whole time, he probably with her and whoever else, but all of a sudden, you know, I become a liability because I know too much, you know? So, at the end of the situation, like, he locked in with his wife. Regardless if he with her every day or not, they locked in, believe that. Because like I said, she's the submissive one. She's the one that cooks his Nigerian or ethnic food. She's the one that knows the cultures, the belief, the system, and she know how to shut her mouth. Nene, not so much. She's gonna tell you how it is, but she's a businesswoman. She's a go-getter, and her popularity is going to help anybody's brand. And so she's a commodity. She's sought after. But she may end up getting played in front of the world. And I don't see this lasting. And hopefully she can get out before she gets played and hurt too much. And all these are my opinions, my allegations. Nothing has been confirmed other than that. If these are not true, I hope she has a lasting relationship. But I doubt that they will last that long. And we made it to the end. And it's about time to go home. But I definitely appreciated you for stopping by. You're definitely always welcome. And I hope you learned something today, or it caused you to think a little bit differently about something I was said on today. If you like any parts, just hit that like button, share, subscribe. Before you go, make sure you comment down below because I love hearing from you. Whether good or bad, I don't delete the comments. So speak your mind. I'm here for it. Are you?